Warning! The following podcast includes spicy content. This level of heat may not be intended for all audiences. No, but seriously, it's hot. Like, spicy. I mean, we might chew food for like 10 seconds, but we don't really swear. And it's not actually dirty. We just talk about hot chicken. So if you like it XXX hot, welcome to the Hot Chicks Podcast. Well, hello, friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Hot Chicks Podcast, a spicy pilgrimage to Nashville's fried chicken phenomenon. I am Alex Tinker, and I am joined again this week by my co-host, Mr. Gregory Gillespie. Greg, how are you today?
It's been a fun day.
This has been a very interesting day.
This has been one of the most entertaining experiences we've had. We partially were entertained just amongst ourselves, but still, I know I'm being kind of coy, but you'll understand. It's been interesting.
Y'all, this is not a joke. To be very transparent with you, I think we had more fun talking about the food at the restaurant than we actually did any other locations.
And this is we've done over a dozen of these now.
We have.
So there is a lot of redundancy. So what a way to break it up than to go to Hella Hot Chicken.
And you know what? I think this is a great opportunity, because if we're going to talk about Hella Hot, there are a couple different, how do I say it, legends about Hella Hot and like how it started and everything, and like some of the locations. Here's what we're going to say. This location, this specific location, we went to the new quote unquote Donelson location, been open for about 8 months now.
Yeah. And
Gregory, could you inform them? There's apparently a rumor of Hella Hot. So, if you could,
I think I talked about it on the show. So the other Hella Hot is down on the intersection of Murfreesboro and Bell Road, and it definitely used to be a Helen's. And it was just the most ghetto thing you can think of. It's next to a liquor store. They scraped off the Helen's and made it Hella, and it was just that's what it was. And I've been to that location twice. I think I've had chicken from there twice, and
it's actually pretty close to Hot Stuff, where we were previously,
right down the road from Hot Stuff.
Yeah,
I actually, kicking this off, I have a funny story about this place.
Okay,
I'm not going to tell the story with accuracy, and I'm not going to do the story justice, but my friend Brian went there. And Brian and his wife don't live that far from there. And he walks in, and the dude in the back is like, hey, can you help me open this jar of pickles? And so Brian goes back there to help open the jar of pickles to this guy. And the guy gave him some free tenders or something like that for that. And as he's walking out, there's a dude in a chicken suit with the head in one arm, a bottle of something from next door in the other arm, walking in. And he had this whole story about Hella Hot that was so funny. And again, it's more elaborate than that, but that's probably where I first heard about it.
That's where you first heard about Hella.
Yes.
Not Helen's. That's a whole different. We all know Russell. We all know. Yeah.
Whole different. So we know Helen's kind of franchise.
Sure.
And so I think this was that, kind of like Firecracker or whatever.
Oh.
And the franchising ended. Now, we did ask the guy, there's a really nice guy at the working the counter today.
His name was Lawrence, by the way.
Okay.
I got that name. He was very helpful he was very helpful with the information and letting us taste a few things before we ordered.
There was a language barrier.
There was definitely
but
a
he was very
barrier.
Nice, and there's some confusion we'll get into, but he said the owner's Egyptian, and he said he was Egyptian too. So I guess I don't know who bought it at what point, but I'm pretty sure it used to be a Helen's. So Now it's Hella, and
it's a totally different franchise.
Totally
it's a
different.
Totally different business.
And they have a second location, which was really surprising to me when I found out there's a second one of these. And their branding is now a little bit different. They have their own logo and such.
Their own design on the inside and their own. You can check out our Instagram if you want to see those photos because I'm going to post them.
Right.
It's very unique.
And we went here today because it was convenient as far as like which one we were going to do. This is in Donelson. I live in Donelson. It was nearby. You don't work too far away. So we went there. We were, okay, let's check out Hella today. And it was quite entertaining.
I got to be honest with you. It was the first I work off of Elm Hill Pike, which Elm Hill Pike it intersects with that area of where the restaurants are in Donelson. I have driven through there hundreds of times over the past 5 years. Hundreds. I never knew it was there. It's been there for 8 months. I had no idea it was there.
I think we need to start off. I guess we've already started off.
We have, but how do you want to start off?
Well, I think we need to transition to the menu.
I love that. I took pictures. If you'd like, I'll also post these on the socials, so you can take a look at them. What I'd very much like to do is I just want to hit the high points, if that's okay.
But this is where it gets interesting.
So they have a couple different sections. They have appetizers. They have loaded fries. They have desserts.
Huge amount of desserts.
Huge. I think like 9 different desserts. They have tiramisu, which was tiramisu that was misspelled that I thought was quite funny. Thank you, Wes, for finding that out and
our
realizing
friend Wes
that.
went with us. What was the other thing on the menu?
You can make something a compo.
Yeah, a compo.
It was a compo. So I'm going to go through. They have sandwiches. They have wings. They've got quesadillas. They have some wraps. They have a fish, a salad, a shrimp section, extras. But what I'm going to focus on is the chicken, the sides, and the extras, if that's okay.
Yeah. So they do have, did you say wings?
I did say wings.
Okay.
Yes,
so
yes.
Wings.
So they have wings. They have breast quarters. They have leg quarters. You can get a 3 whole wing meal or combo. You can get 3 chicken tenders as well. You can get chicken tenders, waffle, and syrup. So you can get chicken and waffles. 4 drumstick chicken, so 4 leg like drumsticks. Wings, they go incrementally from 6 all the way up to 24 wings. Sandwiches, there was a double cheeseburger, a Philly cheesesteak, and a chicken sandwich. The sides were very simple. We had fries, potato salad, baked beans, coleslaw.
Beans.
We're going to get to it, don't worry. And then extras. This was the other thing. They also had shrimp baskets, which we'll talk about in a minute. But they also had one, for the extras, they had 1 chicken tender, which today that will be our side chick. We have 1 whole wing. 1 whole wing would be like the full wing. So that's like a flat, a drum, and like a little bit of a little bit of extra. You know what I mean? It's like the full wing.
Yeah.
Cool. And if you want just a regular wing, that's about $1 of a difference. That's going to be a small. That'd be like a flat or a drum. You know what I mean? A waffle was $2.99. Side of cheese or ranch was 50 cents.
$2.99 is cheaper than Helen's waffle.
I care about everybody out there. I would go. We're gonna get to it.
But wasn't that waffle at Helen's $4, and we thought that was cheap?
It was $4, and we did think that was cheap.
So $3, just if we're just judging by the menu, like
looks on paper, it looks great.
That's like, oh, let's try the waffle.
And then a cup of pickles, which you got to make sure that you got a cup of pickles.
Always, because I always get a couple of pickles.
Always got to have extra pickles.
We'll talk more.
So here's the only other thing that I'm going to talk about. And again, there's a lot on this menu. We could talk about it for a while. There's a lot that we did not get. We did not get the loaded fries. We didn't get any appetizers. Didn't try mac and cheese. Didn't try any jalapenos. Didn't try
None
anything.
of those things seem to be hot chicken related, though.
Which is why I don't think we focused.
Right. It's kind of like hot chicken and gyro, where they had 2 separate menus. This place did not have 2 separate menus. It just was a menu and some hot chicken on it, and so
it was a 4-course menu that you could have had, and they could have had they could have had it all thrown together. Here's where it gets interesting. The flavors. So I'm going to read through a couple of these. They have honey Cajun, spicy chipotle, hot Cajun, spicy honey garlic, mango habanero, buffalo, lemon hot pepper, hot lemon pepper, sorry, Cajun, Jamaica, teriyaki, sweet chili, honey hot, garlic parm, honey barbecue, or honey gold, which now reading this, I think it was the honey gold that they put into the beans. I'm going to get to that, but I think that's what it was.
That sounds amazing.
And they then have a Nashville hot option.
Oh, that's what you got to get, right?
Well, funny you say that. Then they have mild, medium, hot, and hella hot. Those are the very first
And they have a
options.
buffalo.
I say yes, buffalo was said earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, wait a second, Alex.
Gregory, it sounds
we
like
there?
it sounds like you have an idea or a question.
Well, wait. Yeah. So, are we there for Nashville hot chicken? So, do we order Nashville hot?
I think we were there for Nashville hot chicken if the name of the place was Hella Hot.
So what is... We usually order hot everywhere we go. So then what is hot?
It's funny you say that.
Because it's not buffalo hot, because buffalo hot is a separate flavor. So what is hot?
It has to be. So I'm confused here, Gregory. Do I want hot or do I want Nashville hot?
Well, I think I want Nashville hot.
I would think I would.
What is hot?
Well,
so we asked the guy.
yes.
We were like, and first of all, I took out my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I threw on the telephoto lens, and I looked at the sauce that you could see above in the kitchen with the squirt tube attached to it.
It's essentially like a pour lid that you can put on top of like a jug that you would buy from your restaurant supplier.
And right on the end there was Sweet Baby Ray's Nashville Hot. And I saw that. Eagle-eyed me was like, what is going on with that? And remember, I've had this before.
Yeah.
So, and I know it wasn't that.
Correct.
So I try asking the guy, hey, what's the difference between Nashville hot and hot? And he tried saying something along the lines of it being hotter.
So I picked up on this, and I'm very thankful for Lawrence on this one because he tried, and I picked up on percentages. So he said, Nashville hot, about a 30% hot. Hot, about 70% hot. Hella hot, 100% hot.
So he was trying to say that the only difference was the heat. But and then he just volunteered, do you want to ask if we want to try some? And we were just like, sure, but I don't want to try that. But he didn't understand. He went and just took some out of the Sweet Baby Ray's and just squirted it into a real ramekin and gave it to us. And it's like, this is not Nashville hot chicken flavor. Now, according to Wes put it very well. This is Nashville hot flavored barbecue sauce.
And I got to be honest with you, that was wonderfully said.
Right. Because it's a wing sauce. I don't know what you'd call it for me to. I don't know if you just called it spicy barbecue or something like that. I think I would have been like, oh, it wouldn't have been bad or anything.
It's a great spicy barbecue.
It's very sweet.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. To everybody who is familiar with season 2, I had mentioned at the close of season 1, we're going to go through and we're going to start doing these things called Hot Chicks Fixes, which is where we're going to evaluate different Nashville hot flavors. We're going to explain what we believe could make them more authentic to the Nashville hot flavor, or what we might be able to do if you are with no Nashville hot around, how you could replicate this in a very simple way. This type of sauce, and I had actually in a very early episode when we were still at Gregory's old apartment, probably sometime middle of last year, I sent a picture of the back of the Sweet Baby Ray's bottle, and it's not. He said it best. If you were to make Nashville hot seasoning, it would look more like a salad dressing because of the oil and the ingredients. It would not look like a coagulated barbecue sauce.
Dino's hot oil.
The Dino's
you need
hot
to
oil.
mix it up.
Absolutely. That was a great, and if you haven't seen that, it's in our video that we did for Dino's hot gussified chicken. But we will be talking about those in Hot Chicks Fixes. To give you an idea, all we're referencing right now is that the Nashville hot at this location was the Sweet Baby Ray's Nashville hot flavor.
So, based on that, I was like, with the language barrier, I was just hoping we were going to get the right thing, to be honest. I was like, okay. And I ordered everything hot, like I normally would. Now, Wes ordered the Nashville hot, and he got leg quarters drenched in that Sweet Baby Ray's sauce.
And again, if I was hungry for a spicy barbecue, like a sweet and spicy barbecue in its own right.
If you called it that, my brain would like say, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you call it Nashville hot, that's just not what I'm expecting.
Correct.
And so, anyway, so we haven't even talked about the Korean.
It was on the walls, and it was...
They got a big, long poster. Alex said on Temu, maybe.
It was my guess. It was a Temu poster.
It's got like chickens and Korean lettering on it, and yeah.
I was impressed. So
you have okay. So what compo did you get, Alex?
So what compo did I get? Thank you for asking, Greg. So let me go ahead and pull up my compos. The reason we talk about a compo is it was a typo on the menu, and you'll see it when I post it. But okay, so we got a few things. We always try to. We tested. Gregory got his breast quarter and his leg quarter in hot, not Nashville hot, in hot. He also got an order of the shrimp basket, which was just fried shrimp.
I did tell them hot.
Correct. It didn't. We'll get to it. There was a compo that was 2 tenders, which I got hot. 1 fish that we got catfish, and it was also dusted with hot. 2 sides, which I got fries and potato salad. 1 tender of Hella Hot, that will be our side chick. A side of beans and a hot chicken sandwich. It was the chicken sandwich with hot was what it was. And I'm going to be very honest with you. With all of that food, let's start with the bone-in like we always do, okay? Let's go to the tenders, talk about the sides, and then round out with the sandwich, okay?
Okay.
We got
and the waffle.
Oh, and the waffle. We did get a waffle. I forgot about that.
So first impressions, though.
Yes.
Open the box. Oh, on the menu, did you mention a couple pickles? You did.
$1.25.
This place is BYOP.
Ladies and gents, you got to buy your own pickles.
There was no pickles that came with anything but on the sandwich.
There was no pickles.
No pickles.
Anywhere.
So I always order extra pickles, and we were okay. Thankfully, we both ordered extra pickles.
Correct.
Because no pickles comes with this chicken.
And I'll say this much. If we're going to jump right in, the flavor profile of the bone-in was a little bit salty, so it needed that pickle.
Interesting that you say that.
Mm-hmm.
You think I could see someone saying the opposite, because it adds to vinegary, savory. It adds a lot more. That would maybe.
For me, I feel like if I'm going to have something salty, I feel like the vinegar would actually help cut salt in my mouth.
Well, I like savory, so it was good. It was. I mean, I just want the pickle regardless.
Yeah.
Either way, whether it's sweet, whether it's salty,
it's part of the flavor.
But you're right. There was a prominent saltiness to this, which I actually kind of liked.
I did too. It wasn't too much, but it was something where it needed a complementary flavor.
Yeah. Salty and spicy are the two kind of primary. Now, the way it looks is it almost looks like a dry spice, but it's not. I think a lot of the oil just goes right through, and just you're left with some of the spring. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, the mop was delicious. We had a mop in. I ate the entirety of what was underneath my tenders, and it was actually really good. It wasn't too. It might have been a light oil, but goodness gracious, it wasn't too much. Between the bone-ins for the breast and the leg quarter, which one was your favorite? I have mine.
Good question. I know what yours is. I'm going with leg quarter.
Really?
Yeah.
The piece that you gave me of the breast quarter might have been my favorite bite of the entirety of the meal.
Well, maybe I got gypped.
Sorry that you gave me the best bite, man. I'm just
some of my breast quarter was a little bit dry. Not bad. Like not really complaint worthy, but drier than. I mean, I've had breast quarters that again are like, man, this beats the leg quarter. But this chicken reminded me of BJ's, but better.
I like that.
Like, you look at it, and it doesn't have as many of the crackly, but the skin and the batter was not as tough as BJ's or anything. It actually had a really pretty nice texture to it. Not overly distinct flavor, but pretty well fried, not overly greasy. Like the chicken was solid.
I agree. And honestly, even going into the tenders, we're talking about the leg quarter, the breast quarter. Even going into the tenders, they were big. And honestly, I'm not going to say they were hand cut. I'm not going to say they were hand breaded. But I mean, some of them fell apart like they might have had hands on them in a marinade.
They definitely weren't pre-breaded or anything.
No, they definitely were not pre-breaded.
Well, we've asked that question before, and these definitely weren't.
Correct.
Yeah, actually, solid. Like
tenders were solid.
Really, neither do I have complaints. Actually, I don't have complaints. It's not my favorite.
No,
but like we've had worse chicken.
We've had worse chicken. We've had worse fish. Because we got the catfish as well.
That's true.
And
you weren't at first overly impressed.
I wasn't.
But I pointed out, no, Alex, we've actually had worse fish than this.
We have.
Now, was it hot at all? Oh, yeah, it did have some of those.
It had some dusting to it, but it was not dredged.
Nothing was that spicy, by the way.
No.
Just so you guys know, this side chick is an off week for us, basically.
We do since this is the side chick after Russell's. We're still giving it grace because Russell's burned us so bad.
Listen, we are still recovering from what Russell did to us.
I will never trust when somebody says they can make it hotter ever again in my lifetime. It was what Russell at Helen's off of Vanderbilt did was ruin my judgment of how food looks. Because I did not think it was going to be as bad as it was.
Oh my gosh. That one was supposed to be a cakewalk.
It was.
Because it's Helen's. It's again, same. What's their hottest?
I would have to check my photos.
Normally, is it Hella Hot? Is it called Hella Hot?
I feel like it was called Hella Hot.
I think it is.
Wild.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I think
they didn't even. That's where they got the name Hella.
Probably.
That's probably where they got the name Hella because they didn't have Helen's. Didn't have. Okay, moving on. The fish. It was not the worst fish. This actually, I'm gonna say this much. The experience of the day. The experience of the day was not even the worst dining experience that we've had on the show.
No, yeah. A few observations though.
Yes.
We already explained the Korean on the walls. The mustard. First thing we walk in and see is there is a container of ketchup on every table and a container of mustard. On the label it says yellow mustard. And I pointed out to Alex, he goes, yeah, what? Dijon mustard, brown mustard. And I was like, no, look what the label says. It says yellow mustard.
It looks like it's the shade of hot mustard from P.F. Chang's.
It was all brown.
Mm-hmm. It was the perfect color of brown and yellow. If anybody has ever had the hot, spicy mustard from most P.F. Chang restaurants or anything of the sort, maybe it's like you get it in the packet whenever you get your takeaway Chinese.
Yes.
That's the shade that it was.
With the little panda on it.
That's exactly right.
Yes. So something was off there. And we still haven't figured it out, to be honest. We don't know.
Listen, my goal is I want to wrap this episode soon so I can make my way home in case it hits my lower intestine.
Alex was the only one that tried it.
I was the only one that tried it with the shrimp that was not hot at all.
I shook up the mustard and I was supposed to try some. I didn't try it. It was very liquidy. I'll say
thank
this.
you.
And you tried it.
I did.
And what it tastes like?
I regret.
No, the yellow mustard though.
It tasted like yellow mustard.
Okay,
there's nothing.
So we don't know what's going on with the mustard. Then as we're sitting there, because we're just
let's keep going with the food first, because there's a lot that we can kind of pick up on.
I was going to talk about the couple.
Oh well,
I should have talked about that before. So we're sitting there. We haven't had the food yet. We haven't got the food yet, and Alex, as he often does, if there's someone sitting next to, be like, "Hey, what'd you order?" And they were like, "Oh, because this place is right next to the airport." They're like, "When in Nashville," the lady's like, "Nashville hot chicken," and I was like, "But did you guys order it with the Nashville hot flavor? They're like, yeah. I was like, well, then you're not going to get hot chicken. You're going to get Sweet Baby Ray's. And they didn't really know what I was talking about. And I looked at their food as it came, and sure enough, it was drenched with that Sweet Baby Ray's sauce, which, oh man, is so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Can I jump in for a second too?
And then Wes got his food, and it was also drenched.
So our friend Wes, at the almost like 2 minutes later, he got his box, which, by the way, everything comes in a styrofoam container, no matter if
they're a DoorDash place.
Yeah, it's a DoorDash place. It is, and it's also open until like 11 o'clock at night. So this place hypothetically could be Late Bird East, but I got to be honest with y'all. Yeah, I might just make the drive down to Blue Hole Road. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it might be worth it. But looking at this, call it what it is here, right? Wes got his, and it was coated with the Sweet Baby Ray's Nashville Hot.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, the chicken was okay. The
Yeah.
chicken was a solid piece of chicken.
No solid complaints about it at all.
It was not undercooked.
Mm-mm.
Maybe a little dash of overcooked, but it wasn't horrible. For bone-in chicken, it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. We've had much worse. I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to say the fish, the shrimp, both of those were just not top of the game.
You think that they're probably just using frozen?
I really do.
The shrimp, definitely.
Absolutely.
The shrimp were like those, like
The puffy batter.
it was
with,
like, well, it was like the little popcorn shrimp that are, again, they taste almost creamy inside. Like
there's
like
a number for those. I think it's like 35.
Well, I asked for them hot. They didn't come hot. I didn't think the fish was that bad. I think we've had worse fish. I think Hot Stuff's fish was almost kind of chewy, like the batter, and so this was not this wasn't that. The fries actually were surprising because I expected the fries to not be that great, and they were actually pretty. They were crinkle cut. They were pretty well fried,
And they were seasoned.
like sometimes you get some bland crinkle cut fries. I don't know how that works, but they were seasoned, with this Cajun seasoning. It wasn't just the decorative dusting that Princess throws on there that doesn't taste like anything. They actually had a Cajun seasoning on them, and I thought the fries actually were not too bad.
So I just looked it up, and I'm not incorrect. I thought it was going to be a 35, a U35 shrimp. No. These were closer to U51s, like 5160s. They were petite.
They were shrimpy shrimp.
They were shrimpy shrimp. So I'm very thankful that I just looked that up. That just made me very happy.
So
the fries were no real complaints. They were solid.
No. Like maybe better than Princess fries.
I'll agree with that. I think if we were going to, I think they were seasoned better.
Totally.
I think we talked about the flavor of the seasoning, and it tasted almost Cajun-y on one of the dishes, which I liked. Looking at this, let's keep going though, because we had it's been 40 minutes and we're still talking about the entrees. We also had the sandwich. Right?
Got the sandwich.
The sandwich was a chunky
was a
piece of
thick
chicken.
boy.
It was a thick boy.
A thick boy.
Thick. It was like literally 3 C's thick boy. Okay.
As any good chicken sandwich should be.
It really was. It was a solid chicken sandwich. It had a very little bit of coleslaw on the bottom, some comeback sauce.
No, it didn't have a comeback sauce.
It had a little bit of comeback sauce on it. I'm telling you right now, it had comeback sauce.
I know it didn't. It was. I know what you saw.
Yeah.
And I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
It was just the Nashville hot flavoring mixing with the
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Or the coleslaw and the mayonnaise.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, mayonnaise and
it
coleslaw.
needed a sauce.
It
actually.
really did.
That's why I put some honey mustard on it.
It was the best flavor combination of the entire meal.
It was solid. Like I said, it needed some sauce. I put some honey mustard on there. It was a good sandwich.
Honestly, for $8, if I had lunch in the area and I needed something Nashville hot, I would get that sandwich in Hella Hot and I would be happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get it in Hella Hot.
I would.
It's interesting that you say that.
Why is that?
Oh, we haven't really talked about that yet.
We haven't. So if you don't mind, Gregory, can you lead us in that direction?
The sandwich was so far the hottest thing we'd eaten, but nothing was very hot. Some things had a kick, like a little bit of a kick, like, oh, okay, but nothing was that hot. The sandwich actually, I think, because it was all the hot oil on the bread, I think that's probably why. That was the hottest thing we ate, but we haven't had Hella Hot. yet, technically. We have it in front of us right now, but
We haven't had it, but at the same point in time, I have had the hot, and I know the hot was not hot.
yeah. And so we have the expectation for Hella to be just actually
What
more
Nashville hot would
closer
be.
to what we want, actually. And so, and it's probably like Helen's in that regard, where if I'm going to Helen's, I'm ordering Hella, generally speaking, for my
One
food.
step above Nashville hot. Yeah.
Because it's not that hot. So sandwich, fish, shrimp, fries, bone-in, tenders. What are we missing?
Sides.
Sides.
We had fries. We had a little bit of the coleslaw on the sandwich.
Which I actually don't have an opinion about because it was just mixed in with
It
sandwich.
was minimal.
The thought process was, we'll try the coleslaw because it's on the sandwich.
I'll say this much: large. So they're probably buying coleslaw mix bags and mixing it in the back because it was a large, crispy piece of cabbage that was on the sandwich that I got, a big bite. Outside of that, we had baked beans, and we had potato salad. And here's the deal: the word for the sides is zhuzh. The word for the sides is zhuzh. I think that all of them were in some way, shape, or form pre-made, pre-prepared, and they zhuzhed them up.
I don't think so, but I think most of these places just open up sides and just
Really?
I think so. One of the sides that we'll talk about, I do think they did, but the coleslaw probably not. The potato salad, I don't think so. Which potato salad was solid. Like
Potato salad was solid.
you certainly could be worse. Man, can potato salad be worse? I don't know how that potato salad ended up. Remember that place in Arkansas I told you about?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
We're not talking about it. That's for a hot chicks fix. We're gonna get there.
It actually, it was. You ate most of it, unfortunately, because I would have taken more bites.
I gotta be honest with you. It was a solid Cisco U.S. Foods prepared bucket of potato salad. I honestly feel like if they did anything, they added some of the. You're gonna laugh at this. I think they added some of the mustard to it.
No, because there wasn't yellow.
There was a hue. It was not fully.
There's
there.
a hue, but it's not yellow. There's a hue.
The beans had a hue too. They were gold.
The beans had a hue. I think they might be schmutzing the beans.
I think that it's not schmutz, it's zhuzh. I think that they were zhuzhing.
Am I not
the
Jewish
beans.
enough for this?
It's not Jewish. We're not. This is not a cultural vocalization. It's just zhuzh. Everybody knows the word zhuzh.
I don't know. I can't correctly say challah bread for the record.
It's challah bread.
No, it's not. You got to hock a loogie when you say it.
Okay, listen. At least then I said it wrong in culinary school. I thought it was challah. Anyway, so the whole thing is we had zhuzhed sides.
Okay, well, Mr. Bean Boy, tell us about these beans. Because you're a bean boy.
I am a bean boy. I'm a bean boy. I'm gonna make music cues to that where it's like he's a bean boy now, and like it's gonna come in and it's like bean boy.
Would you let me fill a kiddie pool full of these beans and let you just dive straight in?
I would, in the words of Wes, our friend, I would rather dive and swim in a pool of the beans than eat these beans again. And I love beans, y'all. You got to understand. I love them. My wife probably hates them for, like, in her circumstance because I'm eating them, and we all know. But, like, I'm going to say this much. The reason I ate so much fries and potato salad is the beans were just not.
You said.
They were lacking.
You just said, you don't need to try these.
Yeah,
I tried to dissuade me.
I really tried to dissuade you from
I was like,
coming
that's
after
it. I'm trying them, of course. So,
I'm telling you right now.
So now open up the container, almost kind of oily.
Golden is another shade.
But they also were like very mushy and starchy looking, like not like individual beans, like just a bunch of mush, kind of.
They were okay. So if I'm gonna
right though,
if I'm gonna look at this, I think they were pre-prepared. So not like a Bush's consistency. We're talking like U.S. Foods baked beans, right? A number 10 can, big can. They open it up, they put it into a rondo, some kind of big pot, right? And what they tried to do is they tried to cook it a little bit more, tried to make it nice, maybe throw something in there. And here's the problem. Then I think they added some Cattleman's Gold to it, the barbecue sauce, right? And then cooked it, which is where you get the yellow of the hue of it, because it's not that's not a natural color that comes out of a number 10 can. Okay?
So I don't know how they got that color.
I don't need to know. Please don't tell me.
But the taste. So
I'm good.
First bite. Yeah, it's okay, Alex. I'll be honest. The first bite, well, sorry, I only took one bite, but first taste was, this just tastes like sweet barbecue baked beans. Nothing objectionable, kind of a weird texture.
Keep going.
Then there was an aftertaste.
Yeah. Hey, Greg. Hey, expand on that, bud.
It wasn't pleasant.
Show me on this doll where the beans offended and touched you.
It wasn't pleasant. It was kind of bitter, and
I'll tell you what it was. It was
dirty tasting.
No, we're not going to say that, because this is something where a food, like a food health inspector would go into it. We're not saying dirty. What I'm going to say is it tastes like when you take something past the point of cooking it optimally and you go to overcook. And this goes into another aspect of another food that we believe, if they were making it there, might have been over-prepared with the waffle, but we're going to get there. The thing is, I think they just cooked more than they needed to on this, and they tried to continue like a carryover to the next shift of that one. And I think that's, I don't know what it is, but
I don't know. It tasted like something was wrong.
I'll say this much. If I go back, I will get the fries. I might get the potato salad.
Will you get the beans again?
I will not get the beans again.
Not even out of curiosity.
I will not get the beans again.
You don't want to go anywhere near those beans.
I will not get the beans again. I did not inhale.
His lobes are vibrating.
Y'all, I will not get the beans again.
He's scared.
I'm not scared. I am defiant, and I am setting realistic and healthy boundaries, and I will not let them. I will not be abused by these beans again.
Your earlobes, Alex.
Thank you, Gregory. You're the only person that says that I have big earlobes, by the way. I appreciate that. Can we jump into potato salad was potato salad. The fries were fries. Can we jump into the waffle?
Dessert. Yeah, dessert time.
Let's go into the sweet.
Oh, man, by the way, at this point, we've been having such a great time
Y'all,
with
we
this
were
meal.
laughing. I feel so bad for any DoorDashers that were in the Hella Hot in Donelson from like 7 to like 8, or from 6:30 to 8 p.m. tonight, because it was just, we're recording this on February 26th. So like, yeah, this was a great night.
We were entertained. This was all very entertaining.
I laughed so hard that my stomach hurt, and I couldn't tell if it was the yellow mustard or if
the beans.
It was the beans.
Oh, man. I sentence you to punishment of beans.
Oh, don't do that to me, please.
So the waffle,
let's talk about dessert.
Because clearly there's been some language barrier issues. There's been some shortcomings. There's been some issues. You can't screw up a waffle. All you need is a waffle iron and a batter. Worst case scenario, and I'm talking worst case scenario.
Hit me.
Eggo waffles.
Yeah.
Or the prepackaged Costco that have the sugary coating on them.
U.S. Foods and Cisco make a generic brand waffle, and I'm telling you right now, that's my number one guess, is that it is a U.S. Foods or Cisco brand.
I do think it came from a batter.
You do?
I do, and I don't know, because it came out really hot and fresh, like it was steaming and such. And I just don't know how they got the texture. So to explain to people what it was like. So first of all, 4 pieces, gave one to Wes.
It's one circle cut into 4 quarters.
Right. And Wes's response was, Just to quote him, this is garbage. And I was like, what do you mean? It's a waffle. It's got syrup on it. It's sugary.
There's a just, if anybody out there listens to McElroy podcasts at all, there's a part of the McElroy brothers, My Brother and Me TV show where Justin goes into a room in the basement of a building and he just looks at the camera and he just says, "It's trash." That's the instant thought that I thought whenever Wes said this, because ladies and gents, there's no better way of describing this waffle.
And it's mystifying. So first of all, the taste is not bad. I mean, you could taste vanilla, whatever, just waffle.
It tasted like a waffle.
Yeah, it had a waffle taste. And Wes did clarify, this was, he said, the worst waffle he's ever had.
Listen, y'all, he looked at me, I took a bite out of it, and he
just
goes,
laughed.
He was laughing so hard, his face turned red. He just stopped, and he goes, "This is like a yoga mat."
You remember that lawsuit against Subway when they found out that a percentage of their bread was yoga mats? This place is next.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, we were making jokes about I was like, I need a new spare tire. I should have just got an extra once.
I need a can of Fix-A-Flat. Can I get some of that batter?
Yeah. Listen, this waffle was chewy with a capital CH.
It was, oh my gosh.
I don't know how.
I have no idea.
Like, it was like if you took a waffle mix and somehow were able to microwave it.
Yes.
Cook it in the microwave.
Yes.
Into a waffle shape.
Yes.
That might be what you get.
Here's the problem, and this is where I have umbrage. Both sides, top and bottom, were browned, which means that it had to have been in a waffle iron at some point in time.
Was it reheated in the microwave?
Potentially.
Would that make it chewy?
Listen, God only knows. I have no idea.
It was definitely fresh and steaming when we got it.
Here's what I'm going to say. We've been talking about this for so long. We've been going for I think 50 minutes at this point in time.
Wow.
So here's what I want to talk about. Let's do this. We are about to, I'm going to go on, we're going to get ready. Gregory, give me 2 final thoughts on the waffle, because I need to know. I need to know your real thoughts on this waffle.
It was a workout to eat.
It was a workout.
Who needs bubble gum?
Oh my gosh.
You know, I felt like I could have bounced on it like Mario bounces on mushrooms.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
You know, Sydney and I are actually we're going to go to a trip on Ohio, and we're going to sleep in the car. We've decided
okay.
because it's just us, and
Is that the trip this weekend?
Yeah, got a big car.
Yeah.
And might just throw a waffle on the back. Sleep on that.
I think we need to go to a break. I am crying. I hate you. We're going to be right back. We're going to go. And now a word from our sponsors. Oh, gosh.
Do you have a growing list of home repairs that you just keep putting off? Or maybe you're a realtor trying to help your clients get ready to list their home, and you've had some issues come up from the home inspection. Well, Fix-It Quick Handyman Service is a solution you've been looking for. With over 10 years of experience as a realtor, the owner of Fix-It Quick understands the challenges of the home inspection process and how many deals fall apart at this stage. That's why they specialize in fast, reliable repairs for homeowners and realtors alike. From tackling those pesky home inspection items to quick fixes around the house,
Fix It Quick helps everyone get to the finish line with confidence. Now, I'm not a realtor, but I did reach out to Fix It Quick a little while back. I had a drafty garage, and I didn't think that my garage door was fully sealing. Well, after a quick conversation and a very short amount of time, my garage is not drafty anymore, and I am very thankful for Chris and his whole team over at Fix It Quick. So call 615-852-1835 or visit fixitquicktn.com to schedule your free estimate today. And when you do, let them know that you heard it right here on our podcast, and tell them that we said hi. Don't wait. Get it done right with Fix It Quick. Do you like a little bit of heat when you eat? How about some smoky flavor? Well, if you do, you need to check out Skip's Peppers. They're made right here in Nashville, Tennessee from 100% only peppers. Also, each batch is smoked, roasted, and ground for the perfect level of heat and flavor. Now, I met Skip Jr. last fall down at the farmer's market where I got a bottle of the original blend, and I have put that on everything. I make a turkey soup around Thanksgiving, and I just kept adding it to the bowl. I probably had 3 bowls because it was that delicious, and it just tasted perfect. If you want to place your own order, you can at skipspeppers.com. You can use promo code SKIP10, now that's SKIP10, for 10% off of your order. Also, if you're in the Hendersonville area, it's free shipping, but if you are outside of that, maybe nationally, it's a small shipping charge. But you can also go see him at the Nashville Farmers Market Fridays through Sundays. When you do, tell Skip I said hi. So go on, get you some. Also available at Amazon.com. Hey friends, thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Hot Chicks podcast. Very soon we will be working on getting some merchandise up on the website, and that would be stickers, that'll be patches. You can even get a backpack embroidered if you'd like, but that's going to be coming up soon, and hopefully I'll have more information on that before the next episode. In the meantime, let's take it back to the episode. Thanks again to our sponsors, and we'll see you soon. All right, ladies and gents, thank you to our advertisers. We are very thankful for Fix It Quick handyman services, as well as Skip's Peppers, which are our 2 sponsors at the moment. We might have a few more, but remember, go check them out. And if you do need any handyman services in the greater Nashville area, remember to Fix It Quick with Fix It Quick handyman services. Also, if you are in the area, go please check out Skip and Skip Jr. down at the farmer's market for Skip's Peppers. Gregory, you actually got one of the habanero bottles. It was really good.
Mm-hmm. I got 2.
I gave you the second one because I got 3, and I had one of the originals, and then I had one of the habaneros for you.
I have both. I have the original and the habanero.
Correct.
Well, let's bounce right back in.
Oh God, why? I just stopped laughing. Oh my gosh. Y'all, you gotta understand, it took me like a solid 2 minutes to stop laughing because of that one. Oh, he said Mario jumping on toadstools. I lost it. Gregory.
The waffle that bounces back.
It was an awful waffle. Huh. It was an awful waffle. We're going to jump.
We don't know how it how that exists in its form. I don't know how that. We both know how to cook.
Yeah.
We have cooking backgrounds.
I'd like to believe.
I don't know how to make that.
Are you familiar with a non-Newtonian liquid? That's a non-Newtonian waffle.
Guys, we were joking as soon as we saw the Advanced Auto Parts next door.
That's where they got their oil.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, that's.
Oh man. Okay, let's just jump in. What's our side chick today?
Our side chick is Hella.
It's hella hot. Listen, we went over all the spice levels. There's only one thing that's hotter than quote unquote hot, and that's hella hot. Here's what we've got. It's not even.
This is just.
It's a walk in a park.
This is just for the sake of doing it.
Did you already split them?
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Smaller.
Okay. Is this the bigger one then? Yeah. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
What if this ended up being a Russell experience?
I would I would cry. I would listen to me. Listen, hey Gregory, look me in the face. I would cry. This is if it turned out to be that bad. Yeah.
All right, before we try this.
Yeah.
Earphones off. Let's see the lobes before and after. All right, they're looking plump,
beefy.
but they're not very red.
Apparently, I got some beefy lobes.
Let's see how red they get.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Nostrovia.
I ain't got nothing yet.
Yeah, I got nothing. This would be a mild or a medium, below Nashville Hot at most places.
So I got the end.
Yeah.
I didn't look evenly. I don't think I have anything yet. You got anything?
A little bit of salt, and I can definitely tell that there's a flavor to it.
I'm getting a aftertaste that's kind of.
It's warm, but it's not hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm solid tender though.
Tender was cooked wonderfully. It was a decent sized
not
tender.
bad at all.
Yeah. The mop looked really good.
Yeah, there's oil on there. Yeah. This has got to be. Wait.
You want to know what it is?
What?
It's refreshing.
Well,
it's a refreshing hot.
What is hotter, this or? Oh yeah, let's look.
What's the? Can
I
get
the
a lobe?
lobes have not changed color.
Can I get
at
a
all.
lobe report?
They're not a different color.
All right, cool.
They're still plump.
I'm working on it.
Is this hotter than Hot Stuffs?
I believe so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't, because I got basically zero heat, but I think it was that bite. I think your bite had more.
If my bite had more, I don't know if it's hotter than Hot Stuff. I would say it's probably hotter than Hot Stuff because it's an oil dredge, and I don't think that the Hot Stuff was an oil dredge.
I'll say this. The sandwich, the part of the sandwich I got was hotter than Hot Stuff.
I will agree with that.
So for that, I may put it above Hot Stuff.
I will agree.
What's our ranking again?
Actually, that's a great point. So, Gregory, let's just jump right in. Great, perfect moment for this, okay? Let me do this. Let's start with the bone in.
We didn't even pull out the Fairlife today.
We didn't, but thank you, Fairlife, for being awesome and being our saving grace whenever we have hot.
Whenever Russell shows up.
It's like, that didn't even help, man.
Russifies us.
We need an extra strong Fairlife milk coming for Russell. Call it the
They do
Russell
have
mix.
protein.
Moving on.
They do extra strong. You get it? Protein.
God.
Fairlife.
That was well done, and I'm upset that I didn't realize it. Oh, that was good. Hey, bud, can I tell you? That was really good.
I thought so. I was sitting here thinking that.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed. Okay, let's do bone in. We've got bone in ranking currently. We've got number 1, Lily's, 2, Loveless Cafe, 3, Hot Stuff, 4, Prince's at the Tanger Outlet, 5, Foul Play, 6, Helen's at Vanderbilt, 7, Nashville Hot Chicken and Nero, 8, BJ Hot Chicken in Hendersonville, and 9, Bolton's. I know where I would put it, but I'm going to let you go.
Read them backwards.
So currently we have number 9, Bolton's, number 8, BJ Hot Chicken, number 7, Nashville Hot Chicken and Nero, number 6, Helen's at Vanderbilt. I'm going to stop you there because if it's anything past that, you're wrong.
No. I am trying to decide if it's better than Helen's.
Ooh. I'm intrigued that you said that. I would not have put it that high.
So I think the chicken was better, but not the flavor.
I think
I'm going to give it to Helen's. I'll put it at 7.
I think that's a fair
But I
bet.
do think the chicken I had maybe today was better than Helen's. Maybe.
Do you mean, okay, hold on. Do you mean that the like how it was prepared?
Correct.
But the flavor was not.
No.
And I feel like the flavor was more lacking on this one than the preparation could beat out Helen's.
Correct.
Yes.
Helen's has a higher ceiling.
I agree with that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm putting Hella Hot at number 7. I was going to put Nashville Hot Chicken and Nero before This is like if I was going to rank it, but I agree with you for that reasoning because I think that it's accurate. There was no way that Hella Hot was going to beat Helen's, like flavor wise and anything like that. That's why I had to stop there. It was a hard stop. Okay, let's do the tenders. Foul play, number 1, absolutely. Chef Grace, you did wonderful. Mm-hmm. Number 2, Lily's. Number 3 is Dino's, which is we put on there.
I like Dino's.
I forgot that we put it on there though. Oh. Number 4 is the Loveless. Sure. Number 5, Nashville Hot Chicken and Nero. They were great. I keep going back to them. Got to be honest. 6, Prince's Tanger Outlet. 7, Helen's at Vandy. 8, BJ Hot Chicken. 9, Bolton's. And 10, Hot Stuff.
Would you put these above? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I'm curious if the tenders would beat out Helen's.
Okay. I'm very thankful you brought this up. The tender at Helen's, if you remember, was honestly not overly battered. It was not as big as these ones, but I feel like they were marinated at Helen's at Vandy. I think Russell had them marinated. I believe that the tenders still would not beat out Helen's, and I would put Helen's, and then I would put Hella.
Okay.
How do you stand?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, to be honest.
Okay.
But I think that's fair.
It's if we're playing law of averages here, like let's say flavor accounts for 60 and preparation accounts for 40. Russell scored like a 58 on the percentage of that, right? And even if the preparation was like a 10, right? He had over a 50% on that preparation for how they were flavored.
Helen's has good flavor. It's fastball hot chicken flavor.
It's honestly, that is fastball hot chicken. Right. I got to be honest with you though. It just Hella Hot could not. It definitely beat out BJ, but it just could not do that.
Yeah, it beats BJ. It kind of reminded me of BJ, but it was better.
I think it's kind of like, okay, so hear me out with this, right? I feel like it's one of those places where it's like a Crystal or a White Castle. I feel like it's BJ Hot Chicken and Hella Hot kind of fit the same cookie cutter mold, but I don't think that they are anywhere near the same.
I just appreciate Helen's way more. More history, better waffle. Helen's.
Oh, I'm talking Hella and BJ.
Oh.
I'm not talking Helen's. You know what I mean? I feel like they're the same cookie cutter mold. I feel like it's very much they're trying to commercialize hot chicken, and they're not doing.
And they're both owned by Middle Eastern folks.
I did not realize that. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I would very much like to, if I ever got the chance to talk to them, I'd very much like to ask why they went
Could just be an approach to like, again, multiple, I don't know, just a business model approach.
That's kind of what I'm thinking is how could you do hot chicken ordered from Cisco and all that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
so now heat.
Can we do fish first? It's going to be super simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be super simple. I'm going to go from the bottom up, if that's okay. We have Loveless, then we have Hot Stuff, then we have Foul Play. It's not making it above Hot Stuff for me.
I would put it above Hot Stuff.
You would put it above... Oh, I'm sorry. It's not making it above Foul Play.
No.
It's above Hot Stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's Helen's?
Lily's is number 1. Bolton's is number 2. Helen's at Vandy is number 3.
I see.
That was right after the Sway. Or the, what's the one that we had at Bolton's?
Catfish.
Oh, we did have Catfish. They had another one. I can't remember what it was.
They have whiting.
Whiting.
I don't get whiting. It's got bones in it.
That's right. The pin bones. I forgot about that. Okay, what was this? Hella Hot Donelson. Great. Great. Now let's go to Heat. Dude, do you want me to go from the bottom up?
No, I'll start from the top.
Okay, so not counting the waiver wars, non-waivers. We have number 1, Helen's. Absolutely no questions asked. Absolutely no questions asked. Russell, don't hurt me. Number 2, Foul Play. Number 3, Lily's. Very close second and third. Neck and neck. Prince's is number 4. Number 5 is Bolton's. because it's the dry spice. Number 6, BJ Hot Chicken of Hendersonville. Number 7 is Hot Chicken and Nero. I have since found out that we did not get the hottest of the hot when we went to Nashville Hot Chicken and Nero because I got it one night and mistakes were made.
It wasn't for lack of trying, though.
No, we talked to them. We tried.
We tried.
Number 8, Hot Stuff. Number 9, Loveless Cafe. I think
Above Hot Stuff?
I'm going to be honest with you. I would put it dead last for heat.
Like I said, that sandwich.
That's a good point, man.
If I don't think anything at Hot Stuff is as hot as that sandwich. Now, I know that's starting to look at other factors, but again, there's a little bit of sample variation there. Again, my bite was nothing. Your bite had some. Wes actually sneaked a bite of the side chick and said it was hotter than
anything else that was on the table.
Except for the sandwich. And so I think like the Hot Stuff just didn't have.
Hot Stuff was nothing. Hot Stuff was the day that we thought, is that it?
Right.
We thought we could go get something else the day that we did Hot Stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with you after your wonderful argument kind of defending of it, because I did put it above Hot Stuff for that reason. The reason I was going to go last is because I really liked the Loveless Cafe flavor.
Oh, but it's not about flavor. It's about heat. This is just heat.
Yeah, I know. It's just so good.
And Loveless is just not hot.
It's not hot at all. There's no heat to
and there's just
Loveless.
not.
If you want to act tough and eat hot chicken, go to the Loveless. That's Jordan, my wife, God bless her soul, does not like spice at all. She at least ate a bite of the Nashville Hot. Now, she had to drink milk afterwards and she had to take a heartburn pill, but like, God bless her soul. She
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jordan.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good. Well, here's my biggest question. What's the sleeper?
That's a good question, because
We talked about this.
it's not the waffle.
It's definitely not the waffle. For the love of everything, it's not the waffle.
It ain't the beans.
No comment. Please don't make me talk about them. They hurt me.
Oh, it's not the mustard.
It's not the mustard.
Mustard didn't cut it.
Oh, gosh.
I had the realization that the sleeper at Hella Hot Chicken is the spice level Hella Hot.
Now, I said it was the sandwich, but once you explained this, I get it. Can you explain what you explained to me?
Most people don't go in that know anything about hot chicken. Don't go into any place and order the hottest thing. That's not the thing to do. Here, nothing else is hot enough. So Hella is the sleeper.
It's the thing on the menu, the Hella Hot heat level.
Don't sleep on it.
Do not sleep on it. If you like spice, and I'm saying if you like spice and you need some spice, don't go any less than Hella.
Yeah.
Don't. It's not, trust me.
We went back. That's all we would order on everything.
If I could go back, because I said it almost before when we were ordering in the beginning. I was like, I'm going to get everything Hella Hot.
Mm-hmm. And
you were like, you're going to get everything Hella Hot? And I now wish that I would have gotten everything Hella Hot.
Well, for the sake of...
I understand, for posterity's sake, yes. But I feel confident and I feel comfortable. They're open late. They're open till like 11 or 11:30 every night.
Mm-hmm.
And find them if you are in the area, if you want them. But here's the deal. I'm not going to say eat at your own risk because it's not like dangerous, but I'm going to say this much. If you are looking for something and you're in the area, you want to give it a shot and you want to test it out yourself, by all means, give it a shot.
Of the options on DoorDash, it's...
And it's not that... It's great. You get so much food.
We got...
Portion size-wise.
Just shout out, like, they gave us way more than...
I think they knew we were doing something.
We didn't even play the podcast card. They gave us basically double. We got basically doubles.
We got double of everything that we got, essentially, except for the sandwich. It was killer.
Didn't get double 8-lib tires, but
no, I'm okay with that though. I'm good with this. What do you think? I think we've covered anything that we don't have.
Blue Hole Joe.
We don't have Blue Hole Joe. We will have Blue Hole Joe in the future. I'm sorry about that, but friends, folks, and fellow friends, folks, and fellow poultry fanatics, be safe, keep it spicy, and as always,
Let's go.
Free the 7 deadly sins of loving you. Wrath, greed, sloth, and pride. Don't hang me for a ride. Please, man, say you feel it too. Envy, lust, gluttony. Oh, pretty babe, we're far from free. The 7 deadly sins of loving you.